Now, over in Australia, they are banning in New South Wales, and they've already done it in Western Australia, banning kids from using e-bikes because they can actually go quite fast and they're hooning around and causing all sorts of problems on the street, like these little hoons. Terrible. So in New Zealand, there is no rule, as far as I could see this morning, about age for e-bikes. If your e-bike goes less than 50 kilometres an hour, then it's considered just a bike, not a motorbike. Anything over 50 k's, you're a motorbike. So basically, as far as I can see, in New Zealand, you can be any age and you can go 40 k's an hour on an e-bike or an e-motorbike and totally fine. Should that change? Our panel this morning, joining us to discuss, Joe Robertson, parenting specialist, and Dileepa Fonseka, Business Desk senior journalist. Good morning.
Good morning.
You must have seen these hoons around, Joe.
We actually have one on our street.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Rachel.
I would also like to see some regulation of this, just because I'm seeing these little kids on these bikes that seem to be quite dangerous, and that just doesn't seem right to me. So could we create some rules? Yeah.
See, the counter argument to this is always, well, we're upset when they're on their phones. At least they're outside.
Yeah. Well, yes. I actually think it's not just a kid problem, actually, to be fair. Like, as in, technically, these will be, adults can use these and misuse these as well. Obviously, kids are using it because they don't have the option of going and driving a car. But I think that we need to have a think about micro-mobility, because we just haven't been used to this whole idea of, now that we've got developments in electric motors, battery technology, these are becoming, having the capabilities of motor vehicles that we treat it a different way. And obviously, we have regulations for combustion motor vehicles. We don't have them for these because they're just powered by electricity. Well, that's not really the issue that we're concerned about. We're concerned about what they actually do on the pavement or on the road.
Yeah. Have you ever been on one of those scooter things?
Yep, the e-scooter, to confess, yes. And obviously there are uses for them. It's definitely, I'm not trying to be...
No, I know.
I feel like I take my life into my hands.
That's a bit scary, aren't they?
Yeah. I don't think I should be allowed to ride one of those.
The scary thing is the only time I've been on them is leaving Eden Park. When you get the traffic and you think, I'll just jump on one of those and get away from all of the people to get the Uber or whatever. But at that point, you might have had a couple of drinks, and it's probably not.
It's not good.
You know what I mean?
Well, the weird thing about the e-scooters is that that's not a bike. I think that at least when they were first released, they fell in this grey area where they weren't a bike, they weren't a motor vehicle, they weren't like they were just considered a regular form of transport. So you couldn't actually use them on the road. You have to use them on the pavement, obviously. But then you're talking about something that goes 30 kilometres an hour.
Yeah.
That's running
next to someone with a pram.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good point too. They're pushing people over left, right and centre. English is not an official language in New Zealand. There is a New Zealand First, it's a government bill now because of the coalition agreement. Big deal, or move on, who cares?
Just move on. I mean, this annoys me because it would have cost money.
Yeah.
So it would have cost, it's resourcing, it's people's time. Probably we can all think of ways that our country needed that time and resource to be spent elsewhere that would have created more of an impact.
I agree.
I just think, it's political posturing. I'm not into it.
Yeah, it's a bit of tokenism, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I think you had Paul Goldsmith on earlier, and I think his name is attached to this. And I think I remember him saying something like, "Oh, I'm not opposed to this." And it's like, you'd hope that you're not opposed to it if you proposed it. And I think that probably sums it up. I mean, it's a bit like passing a law that you should breathe once every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Some people will not breathe just out of protest, but other than that.
Hey, social media. Zuckerberg's in court over in LA. They've got too much money and too much power. Nothing's really going to change. Do you agree?
No, I don't agree. I think we're seeing change globally, and I'm really heartened by that. So we're seeing lots of countries intervene.
The bans, you mean?
Yeah, but also, demands on them. So you have to develop new features with safety by design. So you have to think about children when you're designing the product up front. You have to think about how it's going to harm them, impact them. You have to think about how adults are going to access children, how we're going to use their data before you just roll out a new product. So that's really good. And I think we'll continue to see that, but only if we actually create that demand. If we say, hey, you can't just have you're not freewheeling everyone now. Everyone? Everything?
Everything. Everyone and everything.
We care about what you're doing. Do better.
Dileepa, I saw Liam Lawson came out yesterday and said that he's totally deleted, or he's off all social media. He says it's a toxic place. There's just nasty people on there. And it's surprising the number of even celebrities now who completely shun it. I wonder whether that, more than anything else, will be what changes them.
Well, it would be if that was going to be done across all celebrities, but I imagine that there's a lot who are getting a lot of advantage out of it, and I don't think that all of them are going to universally do that. And someone like Liam Lawson could probably afford to not be on there because he doesn't need to raise his profile. His profile is already high, but. There are some advantages to social media. I don't think we should discount that. It's changed how some businesses operate. It's changed the ability of companies that wouldn't have existed before. They can now sell products because they can sell them on social media without investing huge amounts of money into media advertising. But I think a lot of this comes back to a decision made very early on the internet to treat every website or a lot of websites that were kind of forums or messaging forums as effectively not publishers, and that then continued onto the social media sites who are now effectively not responsible for the content on their platforms. And I think that's kind of the issue. And I think another issue is obviously how they're choosing to feed that information. A lot of the social media content is not actually addictive in and of itself. If I came over to you and I said, hey, look, here's some pictures of everything I ate last week, plus every place I went.
It might turn us off.
This would not be addictive content for me.
No.
No.
It's design. It's not. It's
But
not
the
content,
question
it's
is,
design.
but the question is, why are you so addicted to posting it? You know what I mean? Like that. Addiction has two sides. You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah. Anyway, I stay away from it personally. Hey, good to have you both here this morning.